very interesting report out of the New York Times. So George Santos is a congressman-elect. He was elected into Congress, but he hasn't yet obviously gone. In January he will. And much of what he ran on, much of his resume that he put forward as the reason why he would be a good candidate seems to be completely fabricated and false. It is so interesting. Again, it's George Santos. Take a look at this, and we'll watch a report on this actually breaking down. We won't read through this article ourselves, but we'll put this in the description, just extensively walking through all the different aspects of this, how his career resume that he put forward doesn't seem to be accurate, charity stuff, just so many layers. And if you may have heard about George Santos, he's openly gay, which is not common within the Republican Party, and he got elected. And so I was already kind of aware of him and preparing a story about him, and then this all broke, and it's just completely wild. So take a look at this being reported on here.
A report from the New York Times suggests Congressman-elect George Santos may have lied about major events in his life. The Long Island Republicans' win in a blue district helped give the GOP control of the House. But CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff shows us there are growing calls for him to resign even before he's sworn in.
34-year-old George Santos turned a blue district red to represent Nassau's North Shore and parts of Queens by campaigning as a seasoned financier. But this New York Times investigative story calls into question key parts of the resume he sold to voters. Employers and alma mater Santos listed have no record of him, including Citigroup and Goldman Sachs, Baruch College, and NYU. Other parts of his resume may be largely fiction. A purported nonprofit animal rescue claims he lost employees at the Pulse nightclub shooting. The Times review of public documents and court filings found criminal charges for check fraud in Brazil, eviction cases against him, and raised campaign finance questions.
This is not about resume padding. This is allegations about the fact he lied on his house ethics forms, allegations about him lying about his personal finances, where his money came from for his campaign. And what's most troubling is George Santos' refusal to answer any questions about this at all.
During the campaign, Robert Zimmerman, his Democratic opponent, had called out inconsistencies.
We'll stop it there. But again, if you want to look at all the details, you can do it. It would just take me too long to read through that with you guys. But I read through it, and as it highlighted there, he proclaims to have done all this stuff. Goldman Sachs was one of the places, and then they were reached out to. No record of him working there. Things about his charity don't seem to be accurate. Possible criminal stuff having gone on that wasn't made aware, and just thing after thing after thing. And what's fascinating is this has happened from time to time with candidates like this, and it always shocks me. Madison Cawthorn was one of these individuals who lied about his past in numerous ways. And to me, if you're trying to become someone very prominent, right? You want to get into a position of power, a lot of eyeballs will be on you. Don't you know that eventually this is going to get uncovered? And so then I guess the calculation is, okay, this will help me get into power. I'll get people to support me and become loyal. Then this will get uncovered at some point, and I'll already have the power and I'll already have the support, so it won't matter. And that worked for Madison Cawthorn. I mean, he ended up losing his re-election bid, but why would you lie about your resume in such significant ways that can be verified like this? It's so strange. And to me, I don't think I would even feel like I would have a hard time living with myself knowing that I'm staring a bunch of people in the eyes and saying, I would be good at serving you, which is not how a lot of these individuals think about public office, but it should. I would be good serving your interests because look at all these things in my life that make me qualified. And knowing that those are lies and knowing that I've just fabricated those, I would feel so icky and so bad inside for that. And so watching these stories get uncovered shocks me every single time, because again, it's not the first time that people have lied about their past to try to get into a position of power. So we'll continue to watch how this goes and see if he has a genuine argument for why this reporting is not accurate. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get a full extra show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley, and there's a link in the description.